Or, my family thinks you're a step down from who I dated before. I can't keep ignoring it, she said when I asked about Thanksgiving. I nodded, finished my coffee, and canceled the ring I'd ordered. Her brother texted me 6 hours later in a panic. Hey viewers, before we move on to the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you want to see more stories like this. Thanks. You never know you're being graded on a curve until someone shows you the answer key from the previous test. For 3 years, I thought I was acing the relationship. Turns out I was just getting participation points while she waited for the real student to come back and claim his seat. I'm Daniel. I'm 31. I'm a civil engineer. I design bridges, literally. I make sure things don't collapse under pressure. The irony of that isn't lost on me now. I met Jessica at a charity 5K. She was manning the registration table, and I was there because my firm sponsored the event. She had this energy about her, bright, bubbly, the kind of person who made small talk feel like a meaningful conversation. When she wrote my bib number on my hand with a Sharpie, our fingers touched, and she smiled like she'd been waiting for me specifically. We started dating 2 weeks later. What I didn't know then, what she conveniently left out during those early champagne bubble months, was that she'd only been single for 6 weeks. She was fresh off a 5-year relationship with a guy named Ethan. Ethan, the venture capitalist. Ethan, the risk taker. Ethan, who drove a Tesla before they were cool and who once flew her to Napa for a weekend just because. Ethan, who also ghosted her when his startup got acquired and he decided to find himself in Southeast Asia with a 23-year-old yoga instructor. I didn't learn about Ethan until month 4. By then, I was already in love. She told me about him during a vulnerable 2 a.m. conversation after we'd had wine and watched a documentary about failed entrepreneurs. She cried a little. She said Ethan had made her feel small, that he was always chasing the next big thing, and she was never quite big enough to hold his attention. You're different, she told me, curling into my chest. You're solid. You're here. You make me feel safe. I should have heard the word safe as a warning label. But I was 28, optimistic and stupid. I heard it as a compliment. The first 2 years were good. Great, even. I met her family, her parents, Linda and Jean, and her younger brother, Matt. They lived in a sprawling suburban home with a 3-car garage and a pool they never used. Jean was a retired pharmaceutical sales director. Linda was a former pageant queen who now ran a local interior design business. They were warm to me, polite. Jean and I bonded over golf. Linda complimented my manners. Matt, who was 26 and still lived at home while building his brand as a fitness influencer, mostly ignored me, but that felt normal. Jessica and I moved in together after 18 months. I pay for most of it, the apartment, the furniture, the groceries. She worked at a nonprofit making $42K a year, and I was pulling in 6 figures. It didn't bother me. I liked being the provider. It felt like I was building something. I just didn't realize I was building a museum exhibit titled The Stable Boyfriend Era, Temporary Installation. The shift started subtly. About 8 months ago, we were at her parents' house for a Sunday barbecue. I was helping Jean with the grill when Linda called Jessica inside to help with the salad. I stayed outside, flipping burgers, making small talk about the Packers. Then I heard it. The kitchen window was open. I wasn't trying to eavesdrop, but Linda's voice carried. Sweetheart, are you happy? Of course I'm happy, Mom. Why would you ask that? It's just, Daniel's lovely, he really is. But he's so predictable. Don't you miss the excitement, the spontaneity? Ethan used to surprise you with trips, with gifts. Daniel took you to Cracker Barrel for your birthday. There was a pause. I stopped flipping the burger. I chose Cracker Barrel, Mom. I wanted comfort food. I know, honey. I just wonder if you're settling. You're 29. You're beautiful. You could have anyone. Ethan may have been a mess, but he had vision. He had ambition. Daniel's a nice man, but he's a step down, sweetheart. You know that, right? I didn't hear Jessica's response. Jean started talking about his new driver, and I had to pretend I was paying attention. But the words were already etched into my brain like someone had taken a chisel to my skull. A step down. I didn't bring it up. I told myself Linda was just being a snobby boomer. I told myself Jessica didn't agree with her. I told myself I was overreacting, but I started noticing things. Jessica stopped posting photos of us on Instagram. She used to post everything, us hiking, us at breweries, us making pancakes on Sunday mornings. Her grid was a scrapbook of our life. Then, suddenly, it wasn't. Her last post with me was from 4 months ago. Since then, it was all solo shots, or pictures with her girlfriends, or aesthetic shots of her coffee. I was erased. When I asked her about it, she shrugged. I'm just being more private. Social media is toxic. She wasn't being more private. She posted a thirst trap in a bikini 2 weeks later that got 200,000 likes. Then there was the night we ran into one of her old friends at a wine bar. Jessica, oh my God, the friend hugged her, then looked at me. Wait, you're not Ethan. No, Jessica said quickly, her smile tight. This is Daniel, my boyfriend. Oh, cool. Nice to meet you. The friend's tone was flat, disappointed even, like I was the consolation prize at a carnival. Jessica didn't correct her. She didn't say, Daniel's amazing, or I'm so happy, or anything. She just changed the subject. That night I asked her, do your friends know about me? Of course they do. Do they know we live together? That we've been together for 3 years, she hesitated. Or, some of them. Which ones? Daniel, why does it matter? Because it feels like you're hiding me. I'm not hiding you. You're being paranoid. But I wasn't. The breaking point came 3 weeks ago. Thanksgiving was coming up. Or, I assumed I'd be going to our parents' house same as the last 2 years. I bought a $90 bottle of wine for Jean and a candle for Linda. Then on a Tuesday night, while we were watching TV, Jessica said, so about Thanksgiving, yeah? I think I'm going to go solo this year. I muted the TV. What do you mean solo? Just, it's going to be a small thing, family only. My aunt and uncle are coming and it's going to be crowded. My mom's stressed about seating. It's just easier if it's blood relatives, you know. I stared at her. I've gone the last 2 years. I know, but things are different now. Different how? She wouldn't look at me. She picked at a thread on the couch cushion. My family has been making some comments. My stomach dropped. About me, not about you. About us. About where we're going. About, I don't know, Daniel. They just think you're a step down. Her eyes went wide. I didn't say that. Your mom did. I heard her, 8 months ago, at the barbecue. Her face went pale. You heard that? Yeah. Daniel, she didn't mean, she meant it, and you didn't defend me, and now you're uninviting me to Thanksgiving because your family thinks I'm not good enough, because I'm not Ethan. She didn't deny it. She didn't deny it. That's what killed me. She could have said, that's not true. She could have said, I'll tell them to shut up. She could have fought for me. Instead, she said, it's just one Thanksgiving. I nodded. I felt weirdly calm. Okay, yeah, you're right. It's just one Thanksgiving. She looked relieved. She actually smiled. Thank you for understanding. I knew you'd get it. You're so rational, safe, boring, predictable. A step down. I'm going to take a walk, I said, standing up. Bro, it's 9 p.m. I need some air. I walked 6 blocks to a 24-hour diner and ordered coffee. I sat in a booth under the fluorescent lights and pulled out my phone. I opened the webpage for the jeweler. I'd ordered an engagement ring 3 weeks ago, custom, a sapphire, because she said diamonds were cliché. $400. It was supposed to be ready in 2 weeks. I was planning to propose on Christmas Eve. I called the jeweler's emergency line. I need to cancel order 4032. Are you sure, sir? We've already started the setting. I'm sure. Refund me what you can. I hung up. Then I texted her brother Matt. Hey man, random question. Does your family think I'm not good enough for Jessica? I didn't expect a response. It was 9:30 on a Tuesday. But my phone buzzed 30 seconds later. Matt, dude, why are you asking me this? Me? Just curious. Matt, my mom's been saying some stuff, but she's bougie. Don't listen to her. Me, what stuff, Matt? That you're not ambitious, that Ethan was more exciting, that Jess is wasting her prime years. Me, does Jessica agree? The 3 dots appeared, then disappeared, then appeared again. Matt, I don't know, man, but she talks about him a lot, like, a lot, even now. I sat there, staring at the screen, then I paid for my coffee, walked home, and started packing. Jessica was asleep when I got back. I didn't wake her. I worked quietly. I took my clothes, my books, my laptop, my Xbox, my coffee maker. I left the furniture. I'd bought most of it, but I didn't care. Material things are replaceable. Dignity isn't. I packed everything into my car in 4 trips. By 2 a.m. I was done. I stood in the bedroom doorway and looked at her, asleep in our bed. She looked peaceful, untroubled. I didn't leave a note. Notes are for people who owe explanations. I drove to a Courtyard Marriott and checked in. I slept better than I had in months. I woke up to 19 missed calls. Most were from Jessica. 3 were from Matt. 1 was from Jean. I ignored all of them. Then at 11:30 a.m., Matt's text came through. Matt, what did you do? Me, I left. Matt, Jessica is losing her mind. She's saying you stole everything. She's crying to my parents. Me, I took my stuff. She can have the rest. Matt, dude, she's telling them you freaked out over Thanksgiving. Me, she uninvited me because I'm a step. Down. I'm just making it easier for everyone. Matt, wait, she said that. Me, her mom did. She agreed. There was a long pause. Matt, dude, Ethan is here. I stared at the screen. Me what? Mad Ethan. He's at the house right now. He showed up this morning. Jessica's been talking to him for like an hour. I felt my chest tighten. Me, why is he there? Matt, I don't know. But my mom is acting like he's the Messiah. She's making mimosas. I laughed. It was a hollow, bitter sound. Me, tell Jessica I hope she's happy. Matt, Daniel, wait. I blocked his number. Then I blocked Jessica's. I spent the next 2 days in silence. I worked remotely. I ate takeout. I didn't check social media. On Friday, Jean called me from a number I didn't recognize, but I almost didn't answer. Daniel, Jean, son, we need to talk. I'm not your son. I know. Damn it, Daniel. I'm sorry. I sat up. I'm sorry for what? For Linda, for the things she said, for the way we treated you. You're a good man. You've been nothing but respectful to my daughter, and I didn't appreciate that. Did Jessica tell you to call me? No, she's still at the house with Ethan. They're in the den. I can hear them, laughing. My jaw tightened. Then why are you calling? Because I'm watching her make the biggest mistake of her life. Ethan is a clown, Daniel. He's a smooth-talking narcissist who didn't care about her the first time, and he won't care about her now. But she's so blinded by the idea of him that she can't see what she had. Had, I repeated. Past tense. I know you're done, and I don't blame you, but I needed to tell you you're not a step down, you're 10 steps up, and I'm sorry we made you feel otherwise. Thanks, Jean, I said. My voice was flat. If you ever need a reference, or a beer, you call me. I will. I hung up. I didn't cry. I didn't rage. I just sat there staring at the wall. Then I opened my laptop and booked a one-way flight to Denver. I had a buddy there. I needed a reset. Before I left, I sent one final text to Jessica from a new number. You wanted excitement. You got it. I hope Ethan's vision includes a 41K. I blocked the number before she could respond. 3 months later, I'm in Denver. I have a new job, a new apartment, a new life. I heard through mutual friends that Ethan ghosted Jessica again after 6 weeks. Apparently, he was just passing through and wanted to reconnect. She's been calling Jean, crying, asking if he has my number. He doesn't give it to her. I don't hate Jessica. I don't even miss her. I just feel sorry for her. She spent so much time looking backward at a fantasy that she missed the man who was building her a future. But I'm not a contractor anymore. I'm an engineer, and I only build structures that are made to last. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. What do you think about this story? Share it in the comments.